Okay, so for him, he missed eating food from Nigeria. He misses eating food from home, and that's the reason why he is going to that market to buy. So if you look at 500,000 people from Nigeria living in Malaysia is also a lot. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, and they can. Okay, so for instance, look at that store. Look at that store. Look at that store. The guy went to. In that store alone, that man can be buying like about 1 ton, even over a ton. Let's say like 2 tons of food stuff from you quarterly. Every 3 months, you send 2 tons. Every 3 months, you send 2 tons. That could be about a valuation of about 3 million naira. So if you're making, let's say, 3, 4 million naira in revenue on 2 tons of foodstuff from that store alone, in a quarter, and which something that you can still do for 5 stores, for 10 stores, depending on your marketing and all that. So these are things that you can work on, that you can tap it, because this foodstuff export business, the way we've been taking this training from start is to really allow you to sit down, think properly, plan ahead, you know, start the business in a way that it will yield results for you. And that's why we brought in people that have experience, that have been doing it for years, for at least 3, 4 years, or 2, 3 years in the business, that consider, okay, these are the things that we've been able to achieve in it. So let me just continue. So now in 2020, Nigeria exported $219 million to Malaysia. The main products that Nigeria exported to Malaysia are tin oil, cocoa beans, crude, petroleum. During the last 25 years, export of Nigeria to Malaysia have been increasing, always has been increasing and increasing and increasing. Right now, we should be doing almost $1 billion commodities products to Malaysia. So, and as you can see, we export a lot of food items, food products, especially to Africans, to Nigerians in Malaysia, that left Ghana, that left Nigeria, that left Cameroon, that left Togo, that left Niger Republic, Benin Republic, Ivory Coast, what is it called? All these countries that are actually surrounding us in West Africa, in Central Africa, we eat the same and consume the same, almost the same spices. There's really no differences in what we consume. The okra, there's dried okra in that store. So even someone can go into production of dried okra. You can do something that maybe you grinded, maybe you are selling grinded okra, and you grind the okra with another spices, and all that. Then you create one product out of it that you know that in the next 6 months it can't spoil. It can't spoil. It's still very, very okay. You label it, you give it the right and proper labeling with everything that we've learned from this class, and you use that to start, making sale out there, or start pushing for sale. So that's how it works. So now exporting foodstuffs from to Malaysia. Okay, so um, when you are exporting foodstuff to Malaysia, what are the things that they check over there in Malaysia? Your documentary, your identity, and the physical check, just like EU countries. So, but in this case, they look at whatever papers is actually coming with the item. They check for the products, like the name, what's it called, the person or the agent who is going to receive the consignment or the cargo or whatever the item is over there, the person sending it, where it's coming from. And they also do a physical inspection on the product itself, So these are just like simple things that happen at their own port over there. So the person who is coming to clear the product is not really going to encounter a lot of problems. I think one of the things that must be done is the weight, your net weight, your gross weight, so that there's no discrepancy in the amount of weight, especially if you are doing containerized food stuff or containerized cargo. They want to make sure that if you say it's 5 kilogram, is actually 5 kilogram that is there. So if you put it on paper that is 5 kilogram, then they are saying 10 kilogram. They won't allow the product to move in because they'll start looking at it that maybe something is hidden inside. Maybe you put drug inside that which causes for the extra weight, those kind of things. Their mind starts flying around. So now thorough labeling. For product labeling, the regulations of Malaysia requires that unless expressly exempted, every package containing food for sale must include a label containing the appropriate designation of the food or a description of the food containing the common name of its principal ingredients. In some cases, specific statements are further required. So now, look at, for example, in the case of food containing beef or pork, its derivative or lard, the label must contain a statement as to the presence of such beef, pork, is derivative or lard. Now, for this part that is talking about the food containing beef, pork, and all that, it's actually better not to ship or not to send such products to any country. When you have products containing pork, products containing beef, and all that, it's not easy to have a halal standard in a country like Turkey, Malaysia, country that okay they have quite population. When you want to sell something to someone or to a particular audience, you need to also do a, a thorough analysis of the people you are selling to. So even the EU and the US and all that and the UK, they are not taking beef products, pork products, and that. So it's better you don't do this. If you want to do a case of food that is containing these kind of things, the derivative of beef, of pork, it's more you have to be sure that it's a finished product that is done according to international standard, in the sense that the standard you are working with, the machineries you are using are imported machineries. It's not fabricated something that maybe will add jam, add a disease, add a virus to whatever you are selling, because these are the things they are going to be looking out for. So then the regulations require the inclusion of statement as to the minimum net weight or volume, like I already talked about the weight. Weight is very, very important. Then the number of content inside of the package also must be put in. Sometimes you have some products that you seal them inside nylon. Then after sealing inside nylon, you now pack it inside a carton. The label you put on the nylon or inside the nylon is going to be different from the label you put outside the carton. The label you put outside the carton must, let us know how many of the products inside is actually there. What is the weight of those products each, individual weight? What is the total weight? What is the net weight, the gross weight of the carton itself, and all that? So all this has to be on that label that will now be on the carton. Okay, so in the case of food packed in liquid, a statement of the minimum drained weight of the food must also be included on the label. This is one of the reasons why I spoke about, getting quality certificate, assessment, assurance certificates from laboratories or some other regulations, endorsements, and all these things, just to corroborate your story, to help you push your product into other countries. But trust me, exporting to Malaysia is actually very easy. All you have to make sure that you do is to have a client over there. That is your major concern. Your clients that you want to actually export or ship to, which at the same time, I don't think is really that complex if you can go through online means and be consistent, be persistent rather, with whoever you are talking to, with your prospects. Because let me tell you something, when you are just talking to a prospective client for the first time, probably the prospective clients will not give you ear or listen to whatever you are saying. Even if he or she is your friend, is your family and all that, most of the time they don't want to do anything extra. Like I have friends in the US, in Canada, in the UK, they might not want to go extra because of their job. They are already working, they don't have much time. So you want them to spend an extra 1 hour going somewhere, talking to someone about your product and that they'll find this very, very inconvenient for them. But you have to be persistent in nudging them on, nudging them on, nudging them on, so that maybe one day they will just have a holiday and they'll say, oh, let me just go to that place and help out with this, my friend. So that's how it works. So even when you are just talking to someone, if the person is not an entrepreneur or a business person, if the person is a 9 to 5 person over there that is doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, the person might not even be able to do anything for even to communicate with you can even be a huge problem for the person. But one thing is that we need to understand these people over there, that they are very busy, that they are working, going from one job to another job, not to actually take that and be angry or be annoyed with them. So we just need to, patiently encourage them to help us out in talking to people, in getting to understand the market so that we can get a client over there. So now, still on the labeling and packaging, if the food contains ingredients known to cause hypersensitivity, you have to state it on the label. Where the food contains additive, a statement as to the presence in that food of such food additives must be included. So where the food contains vitamins and minerals, the label of the food may contain writing statement, or maybe there's even like an extra statement that you did maybe from NAFDAC, maybe from a lab, you just put it inside the carton of that product. Then the name and address, your own name and your address and your details and all that, you must also include it on the label, just like we discussed in our last class last week when we were talking about exporting to countries in the European Union. So every label required by the regulation to be borne on a package must be legibly, they must be able to see it and durably marked. So it's not something that maybe today they are seeing it, then tomorrow they can't see it. By the time it gets there, the custom can't actually see what you wrote anymore. So it has to be, it's better you do a printed label like a sticker, then you put it on the nylon. It will be there forever. It can't spoil, except someone forcefully removes it. So, however, a label may be firmly placed inside the package if the package is made of clear, transparent material, just like those ones we saw in that video. Some people actually even put paper, just paper they printed on. They put it inside the nylon. So the food contained in the package is not ready for direct consumption. In the case of food for direct consumption, is completely enclosed in its natural shell or poured on interior wrapper such that it has no direct contact. That's why I said, even the product that I know that is not going to be directly consumed, you have to pack it in a way that whoever is seeing it knows that, oh, this product is hygienically processed and packaged, because the appearance of your product speaks a lot in this business when you're actually targeting some market. So the way your product appears speaks a lot, it speaks volume. It's not just, okay, it's appearing rough, maybe even in the sealing, there are some products that are still coming out. You didn't seal it well. So everything has to be done and made right, for acceptability. Not even acceptability by customs, but what if the customs say, okay, let the product go into the country, then it gets to your clients, and maybe your client wants to sell it to someone or just show it to people, and those people are playing your product down and saying, oh, the product is not good, it's not well packed, I have something better. If you see it, you will like it, you will love it, you will never buy this again. Such things, and you are the one that package it. So These are some of the pitfalls that you want to avoid, that you don't fall into. Then no label must appear on the extra wrapper of the food. Also, on the extra wrapper of the food, like maybe you are using a wrapper, a nylon for your products, but now there's a bigger nylon that which is an extra nylon that packs all the products. Your label can be inside and on not on that nylon. So it could be something that will be inside, just detailing everything inside it, just detailing everything that is inside. So for our logistics, we already know how to run around about our logistics to get the most reduced rate. So this week I actually gave everyone a class work that they should go to the airport and check out the handling agencies, the cargo handling agencies. And I also said we should check our profile, we should do something on our Instagram profile, on our social media profile as to Foodstuff export, and give me the feedback so that I can check through and we can discuss it. But nobody, I've not seen anyone yet do that. So one of the reasons why I wanted us to go for the airport class work is for us to learn more about air freight logistics and to know how to work around it. So it's an experience that you need to understand. Because like the book that was sent to everyone, A to Z of Many Exporting, there are some list of air cargo handlers there. Two are major, that when you get to the airport, you are going to find them there. There's SACO and there's NACO. NACO is the National Aviation Handling, and there's SACO also. So I don't know what's keeping us. We need to do this as soon as possible. So I know Malaysia has their own currency, but it's better you just negotiate in dollars or naira if you are receiving payment from Malaysia. So that's all for our foodstuff exports to Malaysia. Like I said, it's not complex to send your food there. Just don't send the things that will incriminate you. Don't send stuffs, they are contraband, or they will make your license or your name or your product to be destroyed over there, because once they see anything, they'll burn it, and that's loss of money. You can't be telling your clients stories. You can't afford that. So once you make sure that there's no contraband inside and everything is neatly packed, well done, there's no mold on your product by the time it gets there, then you are very okay and you are very fine. So is there any question? Do you have any question? Do you have any question for this?
Okay, sir. I have a question. Hello? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, my question is on the processing and the package slide. So I don't know if it's possible for you to go back. I want to point out something so that I can draw my question from you, sir.
Okay.
Hello? Okay.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Under this product labeling, you actually, I was a bit confused at some point. You mentioned something about the packaging aspect of it, like it has to be like for the pork that is, for example, in case of food containing beef or pork, if derivatives or hard or lard, the label must contain a statement as to the presence of such beef, pork, a derivative. I didn't really understand that explanation very well.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay. So
that's
what I
beef
said,
or pork. Yes.
okay. What I said is that I said for in this case, do not ship such product because when you are doing anything, any product that has to do with these items, you might not have the standard to actually produce acceptable uh, finished products or finished goods from this derivative. So there is no need for you to do anything along meats. I've been saying that from the start of this program. Meat, egg, cheese, and all those kind of derivatives. There's no need for you to do anything along those lines because they are usually rejected. So now, I'm now saying that beef, pork, its derivative and all that, if you are doing something along those lines, it has to be that you have standard machinery. You have SON certification, you have all this certification that shows that the finished goods that you are bringing into their country is well done, is acceptable, is something that in 1 year it can't even spoil. You know, it's not something that maybe you put 6 months on the label that it's manufactured today and maybe in another 6 months it's going to expire. Then at the end of the day, it didn't even last that 6 months. Maybe by the third month it has already spoiled. They won't accept it the next time. Or maybe you sent this product out, it's all fine and it's okay. Then by the time it got there, it has spoiled. There is maybe something coming out of it. You know, they won't accept. In fact, they would burn everything you sent. They will just burn it. So that's what I'm trying to say. That if you there are some products that if you can't do it up to standard, there is no need for you to go into it. There are thousands of products that you can send out. So that's actually my point. So it all depends on your processing. But if you know that okay, you have the machines, standard aluminium imported machines. If you have aluminium imported machines not locally fabricated, that it be rusting, and all that, you can invite SON. They will give you that number immediately. It's a very simple thing. It's not that complex or expensive. If you have the number on your product, and even without your NAFDAC, okay, for instance, you already see those products that was shown in the video that I was pausing and trying and explaining. If you look at all those products, there's nothing on it. There's no label. Even the nylons, they look rough. Why? Because they've been in that store for some time. I know because that video was shot during the COVID era, so there was low sales because people weren't really going out. But you can see that the products inside those nylons, even though the nylon is rough, they are still very good. They've not spoiled. They are very, very okay. Ogbono, egusi, pepper soup spices, uh, onions, low-cost bean flour, Iru flour, powder rather, onions, you have pepper, different things in that place, you know. But you can see that they are there, which means that maybe they've been there for like 3 months and people haven't been buying them, but they are still very okay, healthy, and still very neat. So that's what I'm trying to say about beef, pork, derivatives, lard, and all that. That if you know that you can't do it up to standard, there is no need to do it at all. So that it's not. We already know that from previous classes that these products they can't go to the US, they can't go to UK, and they don't enter EU. Obviously, but anything that has to do with meat, that has to do with egg, that has to do with cheese, those kind of things, they are not actually acceptable. In the case of Malaysia, they are still acceptable if done well. If you know that you are going to do them well, and if you are going to do them well, all you just have to do is to make sure that the label contains the statement of the presence of such. Like for the one of pork, for instance, they want that label to contain it so that, like Muslim individuals, they don't eat pork or derivative of pork. I don't think they will even eat let's say seasoning that is made from maybe something inside the pork or outside. Some that once they shall see anything pork on it, it's not acceptable for them. So when you do that with beef too, so that maybe some people, maybe they will say they are vegetarian, that they don't eat anything derivative from animals. So because there are different people with different beliefs, so these are just reasons why you need to put those on the labels. I hope you understand my explanation now.
Yes, yes, sir. But I have another question. I just want to confirm.
Ask it.
That means they don't have issues with fish, fish, from what you have
Mm,
explained so far.
They don't have fish is okay. Fish is very okay. You see in that video that there's catfish and there's stockfish. There's
Yeah.
catfish there. There's stockfish there too. Stockfish head is there. Catfish is there. They don't really have any issues. Even let's say if you have a client over there who is really buying stuff from you, you will see that they buy like mostly everything from Nigeria. Mostly, you can see the wig. You can see the wig in that store. The wig, the expression or something. That expression, they buy a lot of it. They buy a massive load of it from Nigeria, because I think that expression is even made in Nigeria. That particular wig we were looking at is not something you even import from China. They are making it here. So people just buy it here, roll it up, and they ship it. They ship it, and the man was saying, when you watch the video yourself, the man was mentioning titles. Man was mentioning finished products. He was mentioning milk. So, which tells you that, in fact, your work is easy. Just go to ShopRite, load the stuffs, load drinks, the drinks that you know that, okay, maybe the person has ordered, maybe you don't have distributorship contact, and they can go to ShopRite and load like Malta Guinness, like maybe bitters, Monster, Energy, those kind of things, because they buy them a lot from here also, and you just load it up and you ship it out to the client. Any other question?
Okay, sir. My question is not related again to the classroom. I want to know about the last topic for yesterday. It was not written on the link, and I did not see any upload. In fact, I was listening to module 3 until I realized that the information seems like I've heard it before. So I realized that
Okay. Okay, I'm going to upload it. I'm going to upload
and I
it.
didn't even know there was nothing like that.
Yeah, I'm going to upload it today.
Okay,
I'm going to upload it this evening. I'm going to upload
okay,
it this evening.
okay, okay.
Yes. Yes. Then
Uh,
I put in the link now in the chat. So I don't know if you're able to get that link.
yeah, I got the link, but is it something that we can access after the class?
Yes,
Maybe audio or
just click on it. It will
on,
open. Just click on
because
it.
I'm thinking about when it's the audio message, it might not show again. Since it's
No,
audio
no, no,
message.
no. Just this link I sent now. I'm sending it in the chat now. I'm also going to post it on the WhatsApp.
On the WhatsApp.
Yeah,
Okay.
just click on
Okay.
it. It will open the YouTube video for you to watch. Just click on it. It will open the YouTube video for you to watch. It's not. There's no restriction, so you can watch it. Then you can now see those products and the way they even packed it yourself. And there's no Gary those guys don't have in Malaysia. They have white. They have yellow. In fact, they have different Gary that I've not even seen very well there. So there's no Gary they don't have. They have all the Gary there. That and it's Nigerians that is supplying them, selling it. So any other question before we end the class? So please, I'm expecting everyone to actually send me feedback on this week's classwork. If you are not in Lagos, find the international airport that is close to you or nearest to you and go there to ask questions like maybe you are in Ibadan, maybe you are in Osun State, you are in Abuja, wherever the location is, there is always an international airport close to you with freight guys and logistics guys that you can talk to. So we appreciate the feedback from everyone.
Hello, boss.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah. I was trying to request for the account number we can pay money to for the book
Yes,
because I
I
tried to
sent
search
you.
it on that group, but it's not there.
I already replied you. Check your message on WhatsApp. I already replied you when I saw that
Okay, sir.
because it was
Okay.
already sent to you. I think it was sent to you maybe last week or last
Okay.
week.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. So I'm going to repost that link
Sir,
on.
sorry. Yeah, I'm very sorry. I want to ask about the book. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, the book. I want to ask about it. If we if we don't want to pay for delivery, where can we come and pick it up?
Yeah, you can't pick up the book again because you already got the ebook has already been sent to you. You can only take one.
Oh, I thought you said we can pick the two in the first introductory
No,
class.
no, 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 no. It wasn't said. That wasn't what I said. You can take it. I didn't say that.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so thank you very much, everyone. I'll see everyone in the next class.